surveillance.
What's up, Alpha? It's your boy Alpha. I'm looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. And I'm here joined with the one, the only Afro Comedy 765. And we're here to talk about Vince McMahon. How you doing today, Tori?
You already know your local neighborhood scumbag here to give the folks their daily dose of dirtbag. Same gimmick, different day. And if you don't pay, they gonna call the DA. You know what the fuck going on?
Yeah, shout out to whatever going on in the world today, because Vince McMahon is wild. I don't know if anyone knows what's going on, but yes, Vince McMahon is in the news. Took all the news off the Royal Rumble. This should be a Royal Rumble show. We should talk about how Logan Paul signed full time, how CM Punk visited Cora Jade in the hospital, how Logan Paul and KO had to fight in the Performance Center, and all this stuff leading up to the Royal Rumble. Who you would pick as your Royal Rumble winner, your last four out, but nope. It's about Chris Jericho and how they better keep the same energy they have.
Hey,
I had to do it for Chris Jericho, you know what I mean? I had to do it for Chris Jericho, because Chris Jericho is making
fuck
sure.
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho always somehow makes it by himself.
Yeah, bruh. But ask Kylie Ray if he made it. We all saw the world. We all saw World's NDA, nigga. What are you talking about?
Allegedly. The other one, we got a legal court case on this one, so we don't have to say allegedly as much. The other one is
but it's crazy though, because I didn't know this. This woman that's talking is the one that this all started with, those however many years ago when we first covered the Vince stuff. This was the paralegal, bro.
Yeah, this is the official lawsuit. This was the start. This when they
all because Vince did the same shit he always does. Look back to the 80s. When he bought all these promotions, he gave them that first down payment and then never paid nobody again.
So you Brad Shepard out of there earlier and had tried to have people attack her, and it's all weird shit going on. It's a lot of skimmish. But this is a very serious topic. There is no monetization on this video. Tori might get out of hand, so it's a very serious topic. We do want to prayers out to all the people who are innocent in this case.
Get your money, honey.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people who probably didn't know what Vince was doing.
Bullshit, bro.
I'm just talking about in this case. They probably know he do shit, but in this case,
bro, have you read? Did you read this? I read the whole court document, folks. The whole complaint. If what they're saying in any of that is true, you didn't notice when fucking Vince and John Laurinaitis were switch hitting a bitch in the office?
Well, according to Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles, they scared to go in that office. Probably why we know.
I wonder why.
Because you don't know what you will see. You probably would be committed to some kind of court case.
I was going to say, but at least if I don't know, I can't tell.
Yeah, so
plausible deniability, isn't that what they call it?
Yeah, but it is prayers out to the victims and everybody. Protect these women, because we got these.
Yeah, but don't think you're not.
Harvey Weinsteins. And
I'm all about protecting women, but this isn't. We're not also not about to just have like some somber vigil, because at the end of the day, this is fucking Vincent Kennedy McMahon we're talking about. So listen, Zelmay will be the proper host. I'm sure he will keep things impartial and clean, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all right now. Y'all gonna get these jokes. But let's go.
I gotta do all my hostly duties and tell people that this video is not my time. We do want to bring awareness to this.
Yeah, bro. But
hopefully this never happens again in wrestling.
Hopefully this never happens again. Not even in wrestling. Just hopefully this never happens again. Let's be honest.
That would be a very great hope, but I have my serious doubts about it never happening.
I mean,
and I'm just
we're not out here making excuse for sleaze bags, folks. I promise.
Yeah, so I'm just being realistic in the world. Hopefully it won't happen in wrestling anymore, but it's gonna happen in the real world. People see. So we have to just hope we can figure out whatever we can figure out. I don't know. But get people off the streets, send them to jail. That's what I need.
Well, Vince ain't going to jail. This is a civil suit at this case. There ain't no criminal charges he's facing.
We do have a contingent of people that want to try to use this to get whoever their person they don't like out of business without any evidence that they had anything to do with anything.
Yeah. There's always going to be some clout chasers.
But we don't want to give those contingencies troll because they think they're going to make their show better than the other show and some weird tribalistic bullshit.
This is for you AEW stands. We ain't rocking with y'all niggas like that either. Kaylee Ray and that NDA are a real thing.
But we will keep that energy, and we do want Vince out of here because he's a sick freak.
But hey, go back and check I'm pretty sure at some point in time, I probably wished death on Vince McMahon on one of our shows before. Wouldn't you say so, May? Those words have definitely probably left my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't want to hear any of this old WWE stand, WWE shield bullshit because we ain't getting paid. And we're definitely not here to make excuses for the man that killed the territories.
Yeah, that is true. So,
but on a lighter note, it's not really a lighter note, but even the IT guys was getting the look. Vince names his sex toys after wrestlers.
Yes, by the way, if y'all, we're not reading those text messages, but if you read them, you will be
I did send them. I'm pretty sure I sent them though. So we do. I've read all the text messages.
I'm just saying it is very disturbing.
And the court case. I actually almost read the Wall Street Journal article, which is crazy that they're who broke this.
Well, that's what you go to, but
I mean,
it is very disturbing, by the way. It is.
It is beyond disturbing.
Like we done talked about some crazy. This is. I'm like, my God.
And believe me, folks, if you don't believe us, like I said, look at you can find the text messages. You can find the actual affidavit that's got the whole, like, I read the whole court doc, yo. That shit is wild. But I'm not here to blame victims, but I do feel like, and let us know in the comments if you actually do take the time to either read the report or read the Wall Street Journal report or actually seek out and find said affidavits that are actually the official court documents. I'd like to know if anyone else who read them didn't think some things just seemed a little iffy. But either way.
Listen, the abuse this man sent people through, the fact that unnamed UFC fighter who was up for contract.
Wait, an unknown UFC fighter that was a former heavyweight champion, as the court documents say.
Which only fits 2 people. So.
And Cain Velasquez wasn't there that long.
But if you look what year it was, it might fit. So
Brock
might have a little bit.
We all know it's Brock Lesnar. What are we talking? Allegedly.
Listen, if they don't name him in the court, I can't.
But we've heard the stories about Brock, bro. We've heard the story, and we know how Sable gets down too. Let's just be honest.
Listen, Vince McMahon lives the character he was on the show. Let's stop being the he just.
It wasn't a fucking character at this point. He was just being himself. He wasn't even playing it up. It don't feel like because the shit he was doing in that. Bruh, the shit he was doing in the Attitude Era is tame compared to the shit that we seen in these fucking text messages and court files, bruh.
Making women bark like a dog and kisses.
That's tame.
And kisses. That's all was like. This is like his kink he can put on TV.
But I would ask you a very
televised kink.
I want to ask you a very serious question, Zelmay. Do you think he was naming the marital aids out of current or old wrestlers?
I think he named one The Rock.
But I don't know. Is one of them? Is there an Austin Theory, or does he got a giant one that he calls freaking Bearcat? I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, it's so messed up because this is such a serious. This is a very serious subject. But if you go through and read these text messages, bro, you'd be hard pressed not to fucking laugh. I mean, it's hilarious. It's hilariously horrible. The text in itself, the acts, if they were committed, which it seems like they probably were, beyond reprehensible. But just seeing those words together in text is crazy.
It doesn't seem real, right?
He defecated on her head.
Yeah, it doesn't seem real. That's the problem. That's the one thing talking about.
Bruh.
It seems like something you'd tell like a joke. And it's like a
Yes,
weird.
it's like I felt like it's like Eddie Murphy Raw. You know what I mean? It's like the most played up, ridiculous form of anything. Only it's not actually for comedy. Allegedly, this all actually happened.
Yes, Vince is a very sick man, which again takes away from the Royal Rumble. Um,
Still gonna enjoy the Royal Rumble tomorrow, though.
we will, but it's a lot of things we saw. Slim Jim apparently pulled out.
Yeah, and that's a big one.
That
Slim
is
Jim's
a
been there since the Macho Man days.
yeah.
Or
So
was he still in WWE then, or was he in WCW?
oh yeah, he did a lot of my. I know he did. He did some. I know he did some when it first started. He was the old Macho Man dude.
Yeah, but yeah, these are like this is a sick ass dude. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we ever get the Epstein list. Vince might be on there.
By the way, I do want to say this because it needs to be said. Just because somebody spoke to Vince McMahon or said nice things about him does not mean they are implicated. Pat McAfee, I'm pretty sure as much as he's around, he does not know that Vince gets down that way.
Yeah, let's hope not, bro.
I'm just saying, like, Pat McAfee knew Vince for like a year. When that happened, I don't even know if was he working with them at that point?
Yeah, I was about to say, I think when Pat first,
2021? That was about
no,
the
I
same day he
was say,
started
I'm pretty
working?
sure Vince was still more hands off at that point in time. That's when he was removed
Yeah.
from the board or whatever. But either way, when Pat first started, he was in NXT, wasn't he? And we
Yeah.
know Vince has nothing to do with NXT.
Yeah, this is around that time in 2020, 2021. I don't know if Pat was. I think Pat was on SmackDown, but I don't know how much.
Yeah, but either way, you can't expect like I don't think
The
Pat
same thing I said
McAfee.
with Epstein. Like everybody that knew him is not on the
Yeah,
island.
we're not just gonna do a witch hunt like oh you were associated with him like
Look
you
at
were
Ryan
probably a
Satin.
demon.
Look at Ryan Satin tweet that he said that Vince McMahon was a great guy. I'm like, oh, okay. That does not mean he knew.
That does make you look kind of crazy though.
It
I ain't even
does
gonna
that.
lie.
It does, but at the same time, you might not
'Cause
know
I don't
everything
think
about that
anyone's
person.
ever really thought that Vince was a great guy.
Well, he didn't even say he was a great guy. He said it was a great interview. That's how much blame it was.
Well,
Like
that's fucking completely different.
Yeah, I just
There
had.
are plenty of great interviews with horrible people.
So I was sitting there looking. I had to read the tweet again. I do not want to misquote. Ryan said he said it was a great interview. And it's an amazing story
That's
Vince McMahon said.
completely different from saying he's a great person.
Yeah, so I want to quote. I don't want to get quotes wrong, so I did.
Because he is obviously a shit person, no pun intended.
By the way, Chris Jericho talking. I'm like, Chris, didn't you just say
Yeah,
like a
Chris got
podcast
to
last
shut
year?
Chris Jericho, you cannot, unless you're trying to show us this NDA for Kylie Ray, you got to shut the fuck up, bro.
Allegedly. But Chris Jericho, didn't you say he was like your best friend and y'all boys? So
yeah.
So it's weird.
Remember, never forget, Chris Jericho was ready to shoot fight Brock Lesnar because he thought because he didn't know him and Vince were just wrestling or whatever. Or no. Was that somebody else? Either way, Chris Jericho almost fought freaking Brock Lesnar once, who was not coming out of this looking too great either.
But I do want to talk about this. Why is Vince not going yet? Let's see. Let's talk about it.
Because he was just when they rang the bell at the stock market, bro.
My thing about why he's not gone yet is probably because they got to get their legal team to make sure everything, and they probably trying to get out that severance pay that Toro was talking about, so they don't have to pay.
That's a lot of fucking money, bro.
So I'm assuming they can't just get rid of him with the no confidence vote as quickly as they can because he does have. I read they had to have a severance pay, so I'm pretty sure they're trying to get their lawyers to make sure they can get out of it.
But his Vince McMahon's lawyer came out of retirement for this shit, bruh. His name is escaping me right now. I was just reading about how he had retired. He retired like last year. Whenever Vince originally was leaving the company, he retired. But he's coming back for this shit.
I don't know if he can even say this.
Yeah.
This is no. He ain't no need to save. Ain't no saving. Vince.
I was gonna say there ain't no saving this situation. Vince should have just paid.
Listen, Listen, I think what they said the story was toward it. He said it'll make him and his wife look bad, so he had to break it off or something.
Yeah, something like that. Or his wife found out. Linda don't come on now. Linda don't give a fuck what Vince is doing, bro. She's out here making gubernatorial runs and shit, which I don't know if she's gonna be doing too much of that now. But either way, this was the original woman. This was the paralegal, bro. Like, and the thing is, he used that same old MO of the way he bought the territories back in the day, bro. He was supposed to pay her $3 million. They said they said that he paid the first installment of $1 million and then never again. So she said, "Fuck that NDA," and now we're getting this.
Which it's good to come out because no telling how many people Vince to harass over this. This is 2021. I want people to understand it. This is after Epstein. This is after Weinstein. This is when the world was like, "Oh, we getting the creeps out of here," and he still was doing it. This ain't denying it. No telling what he was doing when it was
But
like.
You made a very good point. This is the white man that said "nigga" on TV, and we were like, "Oh, that's all he did." What does that say about a person when he does that, and we're like, we're not surprised?
Yeah, Vince needs to be out of here, but like I said, TKO is probably trying to find out every legal.
I don't think that. Jerry McDivitt, that's the fucking lawyer's name.
Yeah.
Jerry McDivitt came out. He's coming out of retirement for this. Poor Jerry's been defending Vince like he was Vince's lawyer on the steroid case too. I do believe like this is Vince's guy. And he's apparently, from what all the reports I've seen, all the different people I've heard talk about him, they say he's a damn good lawyer. But if he's that good of a lawyer, why didn't he tell Vince to just pay this woman so she didn't fucking?
He retired. He was tired of it. He didn't have to do that no more. We don't have to deal with that no more.
How much you think Vince is paying him to get him out of retirement's the question.
Probably a ridiculous amount. But listen, y'all go read this. If y'all don't, y'all probably not. If you like, we can
trigger warning though. Before you read it, folks, it's some graphic stuff.
Vince is a sick man. I'm like, I don't want to read it because it's to y'all because I know what it is. But
I mean, you almost have to for context. But it's just if you want, I'll read it. You just got to throw it up on the screen. But if you throw it up on the screen, they can read it. But either way, it's taxing stuff, folks. If I'm a degenerate, and it was even a little rough for me to be like, yo, you getting down. And I'm not a kink shamer, but this went a lot farther than kink, folks.
Now I know some people are asking how's it trafficking. He was literally paying her and paying.
He was literally paying people with her.
Yes, so
literal
trafficking. So
that is literal trafficking.
So there is trafficking in this. So I want y'all to understand, like, how did that happen? I do see some people defending Vince. I'm like, how? I don't know how you defend this.
Probably the same niggas that defend Hulk Hogan.
JD did not defend this.
Well, good.
JD said he was like, hey, he's the reason I watch wrestling. I'm like, Vince, I'm pretty sure Vince is also the reason you watch wrestling. Fortunately for me, Sting is the only reason I watch wrestling. So
it was the Undertaker for me. I ain't even going front. But just here, you got to think, bruh. How are we supposed to? Like, I don't want to say I wasn't surprised because I mean that's just surprising shit to read anyone's done to somebody. But if you'd have told me, hey, they're about to bust Vince McMahon out for fucking sex trafficking and taking literal dropping deuces on bitches, literally, I mean. I'd have been like, that's a little extreme. I don't know. But we're just supposed, and like I said, if I hadn't read the court document, I'd have been like, oh, we're playing this up for the internet. It looks fun. But I spent fucking an hour and a half fucking reading through these pages for this lawsuit, and it is wild. Like I said, they kept her locked in an office. And him and Johnny Ace were switch hitting. Vince would go hit it. Then when he's done, he goes and gets Johnny Ace. Johnny Ace comes in. Then they go show the IT guys videos and pictures. And this is crazy.
It is absolutely like I don't know. It's hard always to say. Like I was like, what do you say when the man is that creepy?
He offered her as a re-sign bonus to Brock Lesnar. He was like, "Yo, re-sign with us. You can fuck this paralegal we got back at the office, dog."
Allegedly, unless it's
And,
Cain Velasquez.
yes, unless it's Cain Velasquez. So, come on. But yes, we got allegedly. This is all alleged.
You know, we don't think it's Cain Velasquez. I want to make
Yes,
that point
no
too.
one thinks it's Cain Velasquez.
But it's the 1% chance.
But never forget that when they first said Vince was out, remember Brock Lesnar? They said Brock Lesnar walked out right then and there, said he was done. I mean, he came back once Vince came back in spirit, at least. But how does this all look?
It looks terrible. I do want to talk about Lance Storm said fire everybody involved, and I am also on that case. The problem is what a lot of y'all say about firing everybody that know what's going on is how do you prove who knew what was going on?
Yeah, that's the thing. Because outside of freaking Johnny Ace, which I mean, don't nobody need fucking John Laurinaitis anyways. Get him I've been saying get John Laurinaitis the fuck out of here forever. But bruh, do you fire the IT guys that he went and showed the videos to? I mean, it's just at the end of the day, the WWE was Vince's empire. You know what I mean? And I mean that in the purest sense of the word, not just like a economic empire. Like apparently he was doing the whole kit and caboodles. It was it's just such a wild thing. And for it to break like directly after the Rock's on the board, you know what I mean? The Netflix deal, freaking, and then right after here this comes, that seems a bit suspect to me.
I do want people to realize the Netflix deal ain't going nowhere. Vince
not
is
at all. Not fucking at all.
Vince is technically not even part of TKO. Technically,
he's literally just a stockholder.
Yeah, so but they will get him out of here.
Oh yeah, they're gonna if they can't find no way around it, because I don't know if they'll be able to, because like I said, from all I've heard, they say Jerry McDivitt's that nigga in the courtroom. So
but at most they just have to pay him. I just think they're trying to figure out a way not to pay him.
But even if you gotta pay him, that's what somewhere between $1 and $3 billion.
They have to pay $1 billion.
Like
they just get that $5 billion Netflix deal. I guess they could do something.
Yeah, and we ain't gonna act like the WWE ain't making multi-billions on the year anyways without the Netflix deal.
Put Conor McGregor back in the UFC fight, you'll make it back.
Yep.
Just put it back up there.
Have him fight anybody. That nigga's almost to the point where we're like, oh, an exhibition, I'll watch it.
I think he is up for UFC 300 now, so they'll make it back.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna make it back either way. Like this is literally drops in the bucket to them if they weren't comfortable with paying it, because all of this was known beforehand. You know what I mean? We just didn't know the details. We knew that there was a paralegal that Vince was gonna have to pay, and there were other women, and he ended up spending $20 million of the WWE's money as hush money. We knew that already. We just didn't have the details.
Yeah. But
now we get the details because apparently Vince is late on them payments.
Yes, but I was wondering, like, how over under does he get fired before the Royal Rumble?
I mean, they'd have to fire him today.
They can fire him in the morning.
Oh, true.
But that's a weekend. I don't know if corporate.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are they going to keep the office open just to fire Vince on the weekend?
They can do a Zoom call again.
Hey, if they really want to, you want to garner the best look, fire this nigga live on TV on SmackDown tonight.
You know, good and well they're not doing it.
I'm just saying
that's the one thing they're gonna avoid. They're gonna fire him and tell him to go away forever.
Oh yeah, they're taking Vince is coming out of the little cutscene intros. They're fucking. You gotta pull a Chris Benoit and just erase this nigga, like wholeheartedly. You just got to do it. But this makes you wonder though, like if he was doing this as recently as 2020, 2021, what's he been doing for the last 50 years, bro?
some crazy sickening things that probably are worse than what we get, and then
that's what I'm. That's my thoughts exactly. Because usually it's never the real nastiest shit that comes to life. There's always fucking the closet's always a bit farther back when it
he
comes
did
to niggas
hire
like that.
Pimptress. I'm gonna call it Pimptress.
Pimptress is crazy. Yeah, the Great Moolah was.
Yeah, the Pimptress. He had all kinds of.
And let's be honest, our R.I.P. Pat Patterson, but we've all heard the stories about him too. Fucking taking boys down in the locker room, literally.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a lot of crazy going on. We done heard. We know all the stories, all the A&E specials and all that. Netflix got a special on Vince coming out now. I'm very interested in it.
oh yeah.
If it's they can't go tame now. They got to go all in.
Oh yeah. This I hate to say it, but you almost got to do a hit piece. Like at this point, that's all he deserves.
Because if you go soft on Vince after this came out, nobody gonna forgive Netflix.
No one's gonna take it seriously either.
They just like they gonna be upset that you like this man. This came out and you didn't put this in there. You trying to make him look good after all that came out? No.
Yeah, it's a sticky situation. But thank God he's been out of control at least for a little while. I mean, we know for a fact the WWE runs better without Vince. So if there's one little upside to this, at least we know he's never going to have any influence on our wrestling ever again.
I am not to have influence anywhere ever again. Get him out of there.
He got too much money to never have influence anywhere ever again. And he's about to get richer if this is what happens. When they get rid of him, it's not an. I don't feel like it's an if at this point.
No, it's a win.
It's a win.
It's an over under. Will he get fired before the Royal Rumble? That's the over under because he's getting fired.
Oh yeah, they might just have to wait till Monday. But you got to get him the fuck out of here.
And I think a lot of people ain't gonna want the sponsors gonna be upset. Like, it ain't even the fact that he's not there. Like that, I think that'll be a bigger deal if he wasn't. Because I think Slim Jim like, yo, we'll come back if you fire Vince. That's it. But if you don't go away, people are gonna start pulling out because it's not a good look. Even though he's not really part of the team anymore, as TKO said, he's still the face of the WWE till you get him out and put the Rock in.
Yeah, like
it seemed like y'all tried to do it early, but it came out a little earlier than y'all was thought.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what
they were trying. We're gonna have a good Rumble week. We're gonna do this, and then after Rumble, this gonna come out, and we're gonna try to get out of this deal. But it's like, oh, they dropped this a little.
Yeah, this piece came out a little quicker than we thought.
Yeah, but 100% they didn't. I feel like the Rock and the Netflix deal was a setup right before it happened to be like, we're gonna get them out.
Hopefully take a little bit of attention away so you can do it a little quieter, but there ain't no doing it quietly now.
But for the people who wonder, TKO as a business, and this happened to one of their people, they would probably get notified that this was coming out.
You'd think, but I don't know.
No, you would get a notification. Wall Street Journal ain't finna ask questions and inquire. The way this works typically at a business or if a politician.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna call you for comment. So
Wall Street Journal gonna call you before they release the article and be like, "Hey, your employee did this, and this. Do you got a quote?" That means you would know before it come out that it happened. They always do it. Every company.
True.
If your boss did something, they gonna call you like, "Tori, you work at so and so. Your boss did this. You see anything weird? You got any quotes?" And then you say whatever. Even though that's why WWE also telling people not to say anything right now.
You better hit them with that no comment. You better no comment the shit out of this if you like your job. Let us handle this.
And some people gonna be like, "Oh, that's fishy." No, that's normal. That's every bit.
Nah, bro, come on. At the end of the day, it's still a corporation, bro.
It's at every job. If your boss did some weird shit, your job gonna be like, "Hey, if you're not involved, no comment." Yep. Unless you want to, because the reason they tell you that is not even just for the company. If you say you saw some weird shit and then all of a sudden you implicated it, then you got to show up in court and you got to do a lot of shit that you ain't got to deal with. And any corporation that you ever work in, I worked in like, look, this is my second one now. They will absolutely tell you don't comment on unless you were directly involved, didn't comment. To the police, or not to the people, but to the police and everybody. But if you're not involved, you should not comment because you might indirectly put yourself in some legal action that you don't need to be in. You might put the company in some legal action that they didn't know about and unprepared for because they don't know what you're gonna say.
Always avoid implicating yourself in crimes if you can, folks. It
And
just
like I
makes
said,
your life easier.
like I said, it's not just for them; it's for you too. Because they will have to deal with whatever you say, and then also
Yeah,
you
because you
record
can fuck
that.
around and say a rumor, and now you got to testify in court.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you in court, the corporation in court. Right now, and basically what they tell you is it's that nigga problem. Let that nigga deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Do not put yourself in this situation. Which is what you supposed to do, by the way. Be smart. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, it looks fishy. I'm like, no, every corporation will tell you that.
I was about to say we ain't gonna, but it's just because freaking it's the WWE. We've all, bruh. There's no shortage of horror stories that have come from the WWE. I mean, look at Brock Lesnar. Remember when after the plane ride from hell, when Deborah said she walked by Brock Lesnar, he just whipped his fucking dick out in front of her. You know what I mean? That was in 2001, 2002, some shit like that.
Shout out to Randy Orton for actually growing up, it seems. Compared
Yeah.
to because it seemed like they did that a lot, but then it seemed like Randy Orton actually grew up after he got married and kids. And he's like, yo, I grew up to a man, but I can't. Apparently
Got him a black woman.
somebody allegedly didn't grow up, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Even though if we on a technical note,
if they get a subpoena for Brock's text messages and we actually see what the text message that she says there were, this whole setting up a play date and him talking about pissing on her and stuff, like, bruh.
by the way, it's a reason Brock probably not named in also is because technically he doesn't really have a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it was Vince McMahon pulling the strings.
John Laurinaitis is mentioned because John Laurinaitis participated
Exactly.
actively. A dude telling you, hey, I got this woman and she'll send you weird videos for money is less of an implication against the law than
we're switch hitting in the office.
Yeah, you did not participate because technically we can't prove that you didn't know that it was threats on her end. That,
yeah, I was gonna say you didn't know that she was being coerced into doing this.
We don't know if you knew. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say you didn't know, but you didn't know. We can't prove that you knew unless we got texted like, "Hey."
Yeah, because I don't really want to have to shoot the fade with Brock Lesnar. I'd have to shoot him.
Yeah, apparently, if you read the text, he just said, "Hey man, we got this girl that do some strange things."
And the date never happened allegedly because of a snowstorm, so he couldn't fly out from Saskatchewan if that's where he was coming from.
Yeah, if it's actually him alleged. But like I said, he can't be implicated in it because it's not technically about him. Why? Because if I told Tori, hey, I got a girl, she'll send you a video, dog. You be like, bet. You can't just be like, oh yeah, that man, he participated in traffic. That's why.
Yeah, no.
And the other thing I want to talk about, which is putting people in position of it. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan, everybody, they got to go because they knew and they implicit. And they talked about this game. First off, let's put this up. First off, the misconception that they investigated.
Stephanie already left though.
First off, the participation that they are implicit in the investigation and running on the rug. First off, Triple H and Stephanie cannot, in any form, ever investigate Vince McMahon.
No.
It's called a COI. If you
conflict of interest, folks.
If you go into a court case right now and your cousin is on the case, either prosecuting or being a defendant, you are automatically excluded from the case.
Yeah.
Do you know this person? Are you friends with this person? Can you do this? Is it a conflict of interest? You cannot. So Stephanie and Triple H.
That's why corporations use third-party investigators, though.
Yeah. So that's why he did it. Second off, why did they vote him back in? This is 81% of the voting power. They voted him out the first time. He came back. He kicked some people out. He voted himself in. They vote wouldn't matter. Stephanie instantly quit. Triple H probably like, I got to protect my investment with these people out and put in work for them fast. EO Sky probably getting fired if Triple H not. Sometimes you have to make that sacrifice. But hey, a lot of my people getting fired.
Yeah, think about how many people Vince would have got out the door if Triple H we wouldn't have. And I know wrestling is small in the grand scheme of all this, but these are people's livelihoods we're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
you don't get this DIY run if Triple H quits.
That's what I'm saying. So if y'all want him to quit, he probably said, I'm gonna sit there and work with this creepy old man. Stephanie didn't want nothing to do with him. He came back. Matter of fact,
and that's his own Shane left too.
Matter of fact,
he sold off his stocks.
Before this came out, Stephanie quit. A month before. The
Yep.
first. And then he got fired. She came back. Then he came back. She left again. So she probably like this. My dad's a creep. I don't want to be a part of this. But I saw people saying they was covering it up and putting it under the rug. Listen, but let's go over the timeline again. When the investigation ended, Vince was back in Georgia. Just go over the timeline. Go look it back up. Like a week or two before it ended, and they said they couldn't find any wrongdoing. It was inconclusive. Vince was back in Georgia. He voted himself back in. By the way, y'all don't know he fired some board members. By the way, people don't remember.
He did.
So people don't know that he fired board members, and then he would have had the exclusive anyway. So I know people got confused because y'all don't really keep up on it, and y'all don't really like pay attention. It's just y'all just like keeping headlines that y'all like. So yeah. But I will say this: it's not in the report. It ain't in any report, so you can't say it. If it is found out that Triple H knew before the first report, or Nick Khan knew before the first report was notified, then you got a case. You ain't got a case. They probably should. They should be fine.
Yeah.
But until you can prove that they knew it was going on when it was happening,
beyond a shadow of a doubt, they knew this was happening.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
No, I do also want to finish this.
Go ahead.
If y'all say, "Oh, they knew when the report came out," well, they can't speak on it. It's a court. It's a case going on. They still can't speak on it. It's a case going on. It's an ongoing case. It's a lawsuit. You can't speak on lawsuits unless you want yourself implicated in some weird way. Nobody wants to be implicated in no case. So, hey, and like I said, Triple H, they could have known that was going on in 2021.
But they also
but you got to prove it.
Nick Khan was there. But how
you
are they?
Prove it.
There's a difference between knowing that Vince is having an affair and knowing that he's fucking damn near pimping this bitch out pimping this woman out as a re-sign bonus.
Or just threatening her career.
But here's the thing: we said it back then. You guys can scroll through and find it. When we first talked about this, she was made a paralegal and had no background in law, none. She literally lived in the same apartment. Vince McMahon stayed in the condo right above hers, or something like that. You know what I mean? So.
I do want to let that know. I do want to explain because I see some people might be confused on that. But I do want to clear some things up before that. Why Triple H can't be implicated unless you absolutely have proof. Which nothing you can read all of the reports and everything. There is nothing to implicate Triple H, Stephanie, or Nick. Not one sign.
Yeah, they're not mentioned at all.
Wall Street Journal does mention them that they were. They would
in the actual court documents, though. I don't believe they're mentioned at all.
They would mention that Stephanie said Stephanie said she gonna get to the bottom of this, and she hired an investigation team. That was mentioned in the Wall Street Journal. But I'm like, but she can't directly involve herself. It's illegal because it's a conflict of interest. Your child can. It's
literally her father.
Your child can never investigate the father. That is 100% illegal. Just imagine, like, if in that case, I would make sure my father or my daughter is the most powerful person in the world, just so I can get away with anything.
Yeah, trying to get my kids on the Supreme Court.
You know what I'm saying? So automatically, like, no, the government will literally be like, "Hey, Supreme Court justice, you can't do this. You have to
you got to sit this one out."
Even the Supreme Court can't do that. Like, that's literally one of the biggest things in law. I just want to clarify that we have talked about them for 38 minutes. Let's go into some random news. Somebody said it was rumored. This is going to be like quick hits, and then we're going to get it.
Okay.
MJF had not signed a contract, and somebody said they believe, what if he showed up at the Royal Rumble tonight? How would you if he
Woo! Hey, yo. Tony Khan would be, he's putting his head through the wall, bro. Like, and
Tor. You know what you got to have? You got to have Cody Rhodes and CM Punk staring at each other in the middle of the room. MJF. Oh, it would go stupid. And then they, instead of just Triple H doing the John Cena look, when he looked at Triple H, just have CM Punk and Cody Rhodes on look at each other in the face and look at each other.
He has thoroughly betrayed and backstabbed both of these men to the max. Him and CM Punk have one of the best dog collar matches I've ever watched, and I've watched a lot of them, folks.
I'm like, that would go, and then that's the Tori, and that's the
MJF at 30 would go stupid.
Tori, that would be the nail in the coffin for Tony.
AEW.
I'm not gonna lie, because that's gonna be your 3 biggest stars at each time.
Yeah, bruh. If you lost out on MJF, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk,
and they hit the Royal Room at the same time,
bruh. That would make wrestling history, though. That would go.
That's like NWO levels of in the ring.
Oh yeah, that is exactly like Razor Ramon and Scott Hall showing up on Nitro.
With Hulk Hogan betraying Randy Savage, like the 80s WWE biggest stars. The IC title, the legendary IC title holder, Razor Ramon.
Bruh, but that would change. Think about how much that changes the landscape if that were to happen. Because you don't mid card fucking MJF. At least I don't think you mid card MJF.
Well, if you give him that moment, that man got to debut Okada.
Yeah, they better bring. I was gonna say they gotta have. Look, if MJF showed up at the Royal Rumble, you have to do an intergender tag team championship tournament and have fucking Mercedes Moné and Kazuchika Okada come out together and tease that fucking I don't know, tease that somebody else big showing up too, because that would be crazy.
Tori, somebody in chat said you got $5 for feet pics. I don't know this.
Let's go. Wait, they want pick? $5 is too cheap.
I'm talking about they want you to buy. This Lincoln buy.
Oh no, okay. I'm not a feet guy.
Booker T, he's working hard as he possibly can to get Jacob Fatu to sign with WWE.
Let's go, as he should. I need a Samoan werewolf debut. That would be fire.
So Booker T said it on his podcast the other day. Well, yesterday. Shout out to Booker T on that podcast.
Yeah, and bruh, he deserves it. This man, look, he went to prison. He did his time. He got out. He stayed out of trouble. What the fuck more do you want from the dude?
By the way, I do want to say this while I put the MJF thing out there. I do not think MJF will be there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think that's gonna happen. But boy, would it be crazy if it did.
So who will show up? I'm thinking AJ Lee.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill, Andrade. That's who I'm. That's the one.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else making any. But yeah. But you don't really need it.
Julia might be the one surprise thing.
Ooh, that would be fire. Julia and the Women's Royal Rumble popping out would be chef's kiss.
It would. Tony Khan said 2024 is the next 2021 AEW.
He brought back the rankings, bro.
Why would you say this? I still want to know why would you say this?
Well, because 2021 was when AEW was at its height. It's when they were beating fucking NXT in the Wednesday Night War. It was when freaking getting
I wonder why you mentioned it. Like, why?
It's when we were shouldn't
you instead of like, are you admitting that it's been trash lately and now you're trying to get back to where you was high? But shouldn't you try to go higher than 2021? Like, shouldn't you be better? Like you have 4 years of booking experience now, sir. You should be better than you was. You
got 2 Booker of the Year awards now.
You should be better than you was in 2021. That's what I don't like his mindset. I don't know, man.
How are you reliving your glory days only 5 years in? That's kind of crazy.
Bro, ain't no way I'm talking about 2021, 2024, talking about it's gonna be like 2021.
But like I said, you got to think 2021.
I should be better, Tor.
Yeah, but you got to think 2021's when CM Punk came in. 2021's when they were winning the Wednesday Night War.
Unless he's saying Okada and Mercedes Moné is already gone.
Yeah, but who knows?
But all that means to me is you just signing a bunch of people like you did there. Just sign everybody.
You can sign the best talent in the world, but if they're booked horribly, the fuck's it gonna do?
I think he does have. I think he had to send money for it. I saw that crowd. That's like 1,500 people in that crowd.
Oh, you went back and watched? Did you watch the Dynamite, bro?
I watched some of it. That crowd was pitiful.
Oh yeah, I talked about that on Friday night. That was an abysmal crowd, and the crazy thing is, Brett, they're selling tickets for like $40. So it's not even that it's like too expensive to go or no shit like that. It's just people don't care.
I'm like, bro, you gotta sign Mercedes. I don't care what you pay. You gotta get her or Carter. You gotta pay whatever.
You got to pay more. Well, the WWE turned her down for $3 million. They said so.
You gotta pay whatever you got because
You gotta
Tori. That's not Collision or Rampage. That was a Dynamite.
exactly.
If you tell me Rampage and Collision got, I'm like, yeah, nobody. It ain't.
It was so quiet that you could hear them talking in the ring without microphones. That's how fucking quiet it was. I don't know if you, folks, listen. If you've ever been to a live wrestling match,
Mercedes on there to go AEW because I don't really want AEW to go there. That's like I know we.
Well, here's the thing. I agree. I think there should always be an alternative. Always.
I'm rooting for Okada and them to go there now because that was pitiful. Like it got so bad toward that I was like, we gotta criticize it to the point I'm rooting for something to happen to make it better.
And here's the thing. Think about it. They've signed Will Ospreay. They've signed fucking.
He ain't there yet, technically,
but he finishes up with New Japan the 31st. Yes. So, but it's just crazy because if you do look back at 2021, it was a very big difference. Sold out venues, ratings steadily in the millions, freaking at least a million. Now you're lucky if you're cracking 900K. And on top of that,
I don't care about TV ratings. I kind of care.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck about TV ratings.
Your attendance is the lowest it's ever been.
Exactly.
5 years in is insane.
When motherfuckers are buying nosebleeds and getting moved up to third, fourth row, there's a problem.
So Slim Jim has officially put out a statement. Slim Jim values integrity and respect in all our partnership. Given the recent disturbing allegation against McMahon, at the time we decided to pause our promotional activity with WWE. This decision reflects our commitment to our brand values and responsibilities to our community, which means basically get Vince
out of here. Once Vince is gone, we're good.
Yeah, so that's basically it. Listen, that's it, man. Vince, and that means he getting out of here. Quickly.
Yeah,
they have to pay him. It ain't gonna be long.
Yeah, they're gonna make that back before you know it. But it just sucks knowing that Vince McMahon did all this bullshit, and what's gonna happen is he's gonna get billions of dollars.
I hope Dasher can find a way around this, so he don't.
Like it just.
I hope they do find a way around his severance pay. I want him.
This woman gets way more than the $3 million that she was supposed to get beforehand, and this testifies to how stupid he is. Why wouldn't you just pay her the $3 million, bro? If you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you just pay her the $3 million? And then we never get any of these details.
We need these details. We needed that.
I agree, but I'm just talking about from his point of view. Why wouldn't you just fucking pay her?
Tori, she's in WWE.
Let's go.
It ain't saying that, but it's saying it. She's off in New Japan when they said that her contract expires in March. They really wanted her to work here and likely lose the New Japan Strong Women title. But she told Bushiroad she was now finishing in March when her deal is up. Meaning AEW they could have worked it out with AEW. They didn't work it out with WWE. Like, nope, you're not working that show. So yeah, I think she WWE. Yeah. I think that's secure. I think that's basically secure. She like, I can't work it. Okay, AEW would 100% let her work it. New Japan New Japan would have called turn like let her lose it. But I think she's like, nope, I'm done in March.
Yeah, I mean there ain't nothing. But I think
that's secure. That's secure. She is.
Yeah, but I think that does mean that we're not going to get her at the Royal Rumble though.
Maybe. If they let
That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow, bruh.
But New Japan let her speak. They let Will Ospreay go and do shows with them. So if they let WWE speak to her and have contract talk with her before it was over.
But we do know that Tanahashi is cool with Triple H.
By the way, she will be in town.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be in town.
Because New Japan got a show that week, I think, don't they?
Wait, the week of the Royal Rumble's tomorrow.
Oh, I'm thinking about WrestleMania. Never mind.
Yeah.
New Japan got. Don't New Japan got a show in America this week?
They might. No, they already did Battle in the Valley, I think.
Let's see. I'm gonna look up days.
But it's going to be amazing, folks. If you've never seen Julia, she is.
They had a show on January 20th over here.
Okay, so that was about a week ago. But if you've never seen Julia wrestle, folks, she is the piece de resistance of Japanese wrestling. She's as good as they get, no question.
I hope we see her though. We know she in WWE. That's security to her. And you know what? If New Japan wanted her to wrestle in April and she said she can't, they would have worked it out with
AEW. I mean, look at the way they did with Will Ospreay. He's already signed to AEW, and they were like, Tony was like, yeah, he can finish out these last 3 months and show up in February for us.
Yeah, so I'm thinking secure that she's in WWE now. Which I'm happy for. I get
bro. Good for her. Get the money.
She started NXT. Her and Roxanne will probably have one of the most insane matches. Oh, bring you know what match she need to have? The final boss versus Julia.
Ooh. Yo.
The final boss? Let her bring her back randomly. You know they only bring her back randomly.
It could be a moment. But Julia could wrestle with anybody. Julia versus Becky gonna go stupid.
Even if you give me the NXT matches.
Well, yeah, but at the end of the day, bro, I'm thinking big.
You know what I want. You know the match I want. It can't happen this year because Charlotte out till December. So that match next year, I don't care. And get us to that match. Julia, Charlotte next year WrestleMania.
Bro, think about Julia versus Jane Cena.
Oh, it go crazy.
That goes stupid. Julia versus Bayley. Dumb. Bring Julia. Listen, lean completely into the Tokyo Joshi Pro stable, because if Julia would come in and they put her in Damage Control, it would literally, Bayley would be the only wrestler in that stable that never worked a Joshi match. Dakota Kai came from Tokyo. Fucking not Rhea, Io, fucking Asuka, Kairi, all of them from that Stardom TJPW universe.
Yeah, it's gonna be if they got Jade Cargill to improve, oh my god, the star power in WWE gonna be crazy.
I mean, we know Shawn Michaels has a way with the ladies, bruh.
He got Fallon Henley to get good in the ring, and I'm like, I thought Fallon Henley was a failed project.
He got Last Legend to get incrementally better too.
She don't hurt people no more.
She still needs some work though.
Hey, listen, she's athletically so impressive.
Oh yeah, bruh. Feats of strength, she's fucking killing shit.
And the fact that she don't hurt people no more.
Yeah, you can do something with her now.
I'm like, and she can talk well, so I'm like, okay, you got a decent ring. She can talk well, and I promise you, please don't break up that gimmick. I love that whole Powerpuff Girl weird shit they got going on. That shit is funny to me. I don't know what it is. It's like hilarious. They already broke up. What's the academy called?
Chase U.
Yeah, Chase U's gone now. He did. Hey, Shawn Michaels is so good. He did the Will Smith.
That nigga came in and everything was just gone. Yeah. They was taking the podium.
He had his hand in the pocket. All it was a little board up there. He just looked at it. And Chase U was done because he gambled it away. I'm like, Shawn Michaels, how do you break up Chase U? How do you?
Hey, wouldn't it be funny? What if it came out that Chase U lost all his money in Crypto Zoo?
That would be hilarious. And then he got to face Logan Paul.
If he beats Logan gives him the money to open the school back up or whatever, he gets a refund.
Then he lose to Logan, give Logan some more heat.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest though, freaking low key, I think Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens could fuck around and be match of the night tomorrow.
I think it will be the match of the night.
I don't know, because thankfully there's only 4 matches on this card. I do believe there's the 2 Royal Rumbles. There's the 2 Royal. Well, you know, AEW try to hit you with fucking 18. Yeah, might as well be 18 matches, 8 to 10 matches on a fucking card sometimes.
Why they doing 2 minutes again too? Yeah, it gotta be on the 2 minutes. You can't have too many matches. I wish EO had a match, but yeah, that's too much.
I was gonna say, like I said, I'm pretty sure each Royal Rumble match will probably go about an hour, give or take, and then you get fucking 30 minutes for the Fatal 4-Way main event, and then what's the other match? Logan Paul You get Logan Paul and do you think they start it with Logan Paul and Kevin Owens, or do they start it with the Women's Royal Rumble?
Women's Royal Rumble.
Okay. Yeah, Women's Royal Rumble, Logan Paul versus
Yeah.
you do Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens, then the Men's Royal Rumble, then the Fatal 4-Way for the main event. Or do you do the
That's crazy. Roman Reigns is so over that you put the Royal Rumble on.
It's fucked up that I thought about it like that though, but I did. But you're right.
They never put the Royal Rumble on.
But remember, Roman was only going on first or last.
So you put the championship match first?
Ooh, I mean, if you want to have the Royal Rumble as your main event, you sort of have to.
Let Roman Reigns go home early.
Yeah. Roman's like, hey, can I do my match first so I can? Yeah, and they're in Tampa. They're in Tampa too, so that nigga can just drive home afterwards.
Nick Aldis will not acquiesce because he's.
Nah, he's like, nigga, you going on last. Like, the Royal Rumble is gonna be the match before the final match because your ass sitting here.
I want to know how to feel because Roman matches usually have him be.
Are you one of these people? And it's okay if you are, because low key I am too. Are you one of these people that wants to see Roman Reigns versus Nick Aldis?
Yes.
Okay. No shame in that.
I think they hinted that William Regal gonna take over SmackDown. Nick Aldis is gonna become a wrestler.
I don't know if I want that because I like him in the GM role, bro. It's nice.
I think the GM role was to get him known because people didn't know.
Yeah, but it's good to have at least for us smart fans, it's good to have a GM that you know, nigga, he can get down if he needs to. Like this nigga was one of the longest reigning NWA champions ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Julia's going. I think that means she's going to do it. I'm excited about it a little bit.
Yeah, and whether she goes to NXT, if Julia and Okada show up in NXT together, can you imagine how pissed off the fucking AEW stands would be?
People are talking about how would anybody work with Vince? Not really in charge.
Did you see the little?
Now, if Vince was owning WWE now, they'd be in a whole lot of trouble.
Oh, it'd be a completely different story. Thankfully, he's just an employee at this point.
Yeah.
Well, major stockholder, but
Ari is in charge of WWE.
Yeah, Ari's been running shit.
Yeah, Ari runs WWE. Triple H
got Nick Khan running point for WWE and whoever else on the UFC side. I mean.
Yeah, so if people like, how dare you work for him? He is not around no more, bro. I'm just
bro. They got a fucking. You
want me to prove it? Kevin Dunn is not there no more.
Yeah, I think Kevin Dunn got fired, and this was from all reports. Kevin Dunn was one of Vince McMahon's boys. Like,
you know, it's crazy. Kevin Dunn wasn't mentioned once.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, it is kind of crazy. But what do you think Vince would be willing to share? Folks, one of these text messages, bruh. It's just these are so foul, people. Like he talks about having her get fucking tag teamed by 3 big black dudes, and then he finishes on her after they're done. Like, it is crazy shit. Like,
it is. It's a lot to talk. It's a lot going on. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell.
Yeah, buddy.
We're gonna end the show like this. Tori, last 4 in the women's and men Royal Rumble. Who wins?
Last 4 in the men's Royal Rumble. You got CM Punk,
MJF.
CM Punk, Cody, Drew McIntyre, and
Gunther.
I want to say Gunther, but I don't. Man, I think you gotta at least put Gunther in the last 3, just because it's kind of hinted that he's gonna beat her, and I think boys from Sports Illustrated said somebody from WWE fed them bad information, so you gotta do it. Yeah, I hope they did, but I'm gonna go final 5 though, so I'll go I want to go CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, Gunther, and Jey Uso.
Oh, you gonna go the whole big group that nobody?
Yeah, I think they're gonna work that. They're like, yo, final 5 most over niggas in the company. Put them on there. For the women's though, I'm gonna say final 4 is gonna be Bayley,
Becky.
I was gonna say Bayley, Becky, maybe Nia Jax, and then
Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I don't know if you let Jade go all the way to the final four.
Jay got to knock out Nia Jax itself at WrestleMania.
I could dig it. I could dig it. So yeah, maybe Jade Cargill in the final four, but I think
That's the way that, I think that's why
Bailey's
Becky
gonna
lost to
win.
Nia Jax too. Becky lost to Nia Jax, so she can probably win the Royal Rumble or something, and then have Nia be like, "I beat Becky, Bailey. I just beat Bailey too," and then have Jade just squash her would make her look so impressive.
It would.
She just beat Becky Lynch and Bailey and just dominate them, and then Jade squash her.
But I hope they've gotten Jade better. But as for the men's Royal Rumble, that's the hard one to pick the winner for, bro. Because even out of the 5 names I've mentioned,
I think Becky and Bailey obviously is gonna be.
If you want to piss off and wake up the internet at the same time, CM Punk wins. If you want everybody to be happy-go-lucky and keep it regular, maybe Cody wins. But if Cody wins, I feel like you're sort of shutting down people's dreams of The Rock versus Roman at any point in time. But either way, it's amazing to have the problem in wrestling, especially in this day and age, to have the problem of not knowing what's going to happen when you're into the scene as we are. It's a good problem to have. I'm happy I don't just have an intrinsic feeling on who's going to win this year, like so many other years before this.
I like the fact that I can watch something happen and not be upset if something else happens.
Yeah, bro, there's plenty of good outs for this. And that's the way you got to love it. I'm not going to complain if Gunther wins. I'm not going to complain if CM Punk wins. I'm not going to complain if Cody wins, except for maybe the fact that I think that would mean that maybe Roman's not going to retain at Mania and break Hulk Hogan's record.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a outside of the horrible shit that Vince McMahon's doing, it's an amazing time in wrestling.
It is. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. My 4 would be.
I would say, what about you? Who's the final 4?
I already said I think Cody and CM Punk got to be in it because that's tells the story. Unless they might throw one out. They might throw Cody out early to say to like, oh my God, it's the dream over to the HBK thing.
Ooh, that could be good. I'm not gonna lie. And CM Punk, it would be amazing if he actually throws Drew out last, like he said. Sheesh.
I'm gonna save you for last. Would be Cole. That could be his feud all the way to the Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I was gonna say him and Drew McIntyre could definitely do some amazing things in the ring.
Because Seth can't be there, so you need him to do something while Seth is healing. So him throwing Drew out last and then having a feud until right before WrestleMania would be dope.
Yeah, it's a perfect lead-in, low key.
Yeah.
But so okay, CM Punk, Cody, who else?
But I'm thinking like you might throw Cody out a little early. He might be first, make Cody first, and throw him out at like 20, and then he.
Okay. So why are you putting him in your final 4 then?
I said I don't know yet. I'm trying to think if I'm going to put him in there. I'm trying to think how I would do it because then he got the story, the HBK like story when he faced the Undertaker the second time.
True.
And then he like, I gotta get my story. My story.
But this also does kill it. He can't pull an Austin but don't forget, you know what else Shawn Michaels also did? He won the Royal Rumble 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
91 and 92. Yeah. Or it was either 90 and 91 or 91 and 92. But Stone Cold, HBK, and Hulk Hogan are the only people that have won the Rumble twice. And yeah, I think it's Stone Cold, HBK, and Hulk Hogan that have won it back to back. Not 2 times. There's a couple other people that have won multiple Royal Rumbles. CM Punk, if he wins the Royal Rumble, this is technically his 3rd Rumble win. Not even technically, it just is. It's his 3rd Royal Rumble win if CM Punk wins it.
Yeah. But I'm thinking like, would I tell the story would be because his whole thing would be he can't finish the story because he's on
Raw.
So he not has to do anything to finish the story because CM Punk is facing Seth Rollins.
Well, look, you could have him. So now you could have him win Money in the Bank. You could have Cody. If Cody gets thrown out early, you could have him win Money in the Bank.
When is Money in the Bank?
June or July, one of the 2.
That's after Mania.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, as far as you can still fuck. I don't want Cody to win the belt at Mania. You don't have to win it at Mania, god damn it. Win
But
it at Madison.
I do want to see Cody desperate to find his way back
I'd
into
rather,
the.
yeah, like I'd like to see him fuck the whole Mania story at this point. I want that's how bad I want Roman to get Hulk Hogan the fuck off of this. Like, come on, just give me that. But you could have Cody win it Money in the Bank and have him cash in at some show, but then have a goddamn pay-per-view at Madison Square Garden, and then Cody wins the belt where they took the belt from his dad. You know what I mean? Story finished.
I don't know. I'm very curious how they do it because I might have him eliminated early because I feel like that Shawn Michaels story helped out so much with the Undertaker's second round to the point where it wasn't even the best match, but it was. He's probably gonna be more remembered because of the story that he got there too. I have no career. I put my whole career on the line.
Yeah.
Me, the street versus the career. And Roman Reigns could play that well so well of like evil villain making fun of him.
He's definitely a final boss ass nigga.
And then you can play off the AEW that I remember something you did in another company. You said that you'll never face for a belt. So how about I'll give you a shot, but you can never face for a world title ever again in your career. So you can never finish your story, motherfucker.
And this time he actually wins though. That would go stupid, bro.
That's what I thought about. Like if Roman tell him, you can, no matter what company you in. I know you did this in AEW in another company. Let's do it for all companies. How about you never finish your story? If you beat me, if I beat you, you'll never finish your story.
Perma mid Carter. You can never challenge for a world title again. Not the heavyweight, not the universal.
Not AEW, not NXT.
I was gonna say you can't even do that shit that fucking Finn Balor did. You better not go back down there snooping around for an NXT title.
You know how much,
unless it's the North American one.
Even though they'll probably tell us Cody's gonna win, but still, I like this. What if he don't?
Yeah, it'd be good just to, because I think Cody does desperation well. I feel like
he does, and Roman holding it over him. Oh my god! You know how much of an asshole Roman would be to hold him.
Yeah, I do.
You know what I'm saying? So telling him that could actually be WrestleMania. If you tell him he can never finish his story, and that's all it's been about. His whole career been about is finish the story, and you now
get the belt they took from your daddy in the garden.
How about you never get the belt that I took from you for your whole career? Oh shit, that was a good one. We need that.
My family's better than yours. You're right. Wrestling does have more than one royal family.
No, wrestling has only one because the Rose family will never get another title again. God, that's a good story. Do that, Tor. I think Tor would forgive it if you put the story on the line.
Yeah, if like I said, I don't need him to. I mean, I guess freaking at Mania. I want Hulk Hogan to not be on that list more than I want Cody to finish his story at Mania.
How about
you can finish your story? I just don't give a fuck if it's at Mania.
What is so I'm just gonna hope they don't do it. So I'm going to CM Punk, Drew McIntyre,
okay,
Sami Zayn.
Ooh.
So Sami Zayn do have I think it's all about story people with stories right now. Drew McIntyre.
And I'd like to see freaking Cody Rhodes. I mean, not Cody Rhodes. I'd like to see goddamn Sami Zayn versus CM Punk. I'd enjoy that.
The reason I'm saying it because everybody got like even before when it got out when it started the year, the thing was about Sami versus Drew, and Sami basically like, yo, one day I'm gonna win the championship. Then Drew like, hey, I'm gonna win the championship in front of people. And then CM Punk got into Cody Rhodes that I'm gonna finish the story. CM Punk, I'm gonna main event WrestleMania. So you got all those like stories that basically finishing the story without Cody finishing the story. That'd be great storytelling. I'm telling you right now, that'd be some great storytelling. All the people that trying to finish their stories, I would absolutely love that. Drew trying to finish his story, Sami trying to finish his story. Everybody in there, Final Four, I said trying to finish their story, and I would like to see it. So I think that'll be the final for Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and Jay Uso. The story finishes.
Yeah.
What if it's Jimmy Uso? That'd be funny.
Yeah.
What the fuck you putting Jimmy up here for?
Yeah.
Women's, I think it's Jade, Becky. I don't think you can do that same, like throw them out early twice.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be Bayley, Becky, Jade. Maybe not.
Could be Nia.
And
Just because she's a big bitch.
I think Jade get her out.
That'd be a good look.
And then that leads to Jade versus Nia at Mania when she gets squashed. So I think that'd be good. But yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be between Bayley and Becky. I think it's gonna be between Bayley and Becky. I think Damage Control gonna be upset that she automatically don't say Rhea, and then they're gonna jump her.
Yeah.
So I think
definitely see it.
And then for my men's winner, I think it has to be CM Punk, right? Yeah, because Cody got to finish the story for me. So on my answer.
Yeah, I hope Cody. I hope. I hope that.
I take Jay out and put Gunther in. I take it back. Take Jay out and put Gunther in. Take Jay out and put Gunther in. So Drew.
We'll find out as of tomorrow, folks.
Yeah. So we'll see. Let us know. Like, subscribe. Let us know in the comment section. Who do y'all think?
Yeah.
Win.
Give us your final four.
Your final four and your winner. I'm going with Bayley because I think this is supposed to be Bayley took too many losses. She's doing it Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
But Seth Rollins just lost every match.
And I've said this many times. Bayley is like the female Seth Rollins.
Yeah, and she said
she could get Wrestler of the Year with more losses than victories.
Yeah, so I think that was gonna happen. So I think Bayley's gonna win. I think CM Punk and Bayley gonna be your Royal Rumble winners. Somehow we're gonna get and plus Becky on the same show as Rhea, so you can find a way to get that back.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and I think Jade going after Nia Jackson, the squash match.
Well, we'll have the draft coming soon too, so that could switch things up a bit.
But I think that happened after WrestleMania, right? Or after Money in the Bank, whichever one.
Oh yeah, true.
So, but I think they'll set it up so Becky and Rhea on the same brand. I think they can do it. So CM Punk and Seth on the same brand. Then you got the story of Kyle Cody's gonna get over to SmackDown by any means necessary to finish the story. And like I said, it'll probably end up being Elimination Chamber usually how you get there. But I don't know how to do it. We'll figure it out. Maybe put Roman in the Elimination Chamber. Yeah. I don't know. It's a lot of they can work it out.
We've had Elimination Chamber championship matches before.
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't think you can though, but I was gonna say Brock in the Elimination Chamber again, ripping doors off.
No, you definitely can't.
But we can't have Brock.
They already pulled him out of the Rumble.
Well,
he was supposed to be in the Rumble. They already pulled him.
Well, they said
allegedly.
They said they had intentions, but they don't know any more about that. Like I said, out of everybody, Brock probably is the least of I don't know how to say it. At least
if Brock was going to be in there, though, I could easily see him being Final Four.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to be in there. So
nope.
But yeah, we gonna get out of here. I appreciate y'all for watching.
Yep.
Y'all might not know who we are. But Tori, where can they find you if they don't know who you are?
Oh, well, you can find me at AfroComedy765 on all platforms. Of course, you can find me here on Overall 99 Media, being an Overall 99 scumbag. You can also catch me on the Blurred Cartel on the Round Table on Wednesdays, Friday Night You're on Fridays. You know the vibe, something flagrant, something inflammatory.
What you just saw us. You said somebody saw you, and what they say?